This is my new welder. I'm a complete novice and a hobby welder only, so you'll get no expert advice from watching this video. However, if you're a novice like me and have always wanted to weld aluminium, keep viewing. This welder has all the basic settings that you'd want, but it's not overly complicated. It's got control for post-flow and pre-flow of your gas. It's got 2 pulse settings, either 1 pulse per second or 50 pulses per second. You can set it to use the foot pedal or the trigger on the torch. I bought this so that I could weld aluminium, so it's got AC and DC settings. And high frequency TIG or lift TIG or stick. I don't know why you'd use lift TIG, maybe an expert would. In AC mode for welding aluminium, it's got the cleaning cycle and the frequency. These are the settings that I've used, but I'm no expert, so don't take my advice. As this is the Australian model, we use 240 volt and it runs on a 15 amp plug. It comes with this lovely gas flow meter that also has the cord and the fittings so that it's easy to fit to the machine, no hassles or farting around, and that's the on-off switch on the back of the machine. It uses standard type connectors to just twist on and off. This is the one for the torch, and you can either connect the torch trigger or the foot pedal. Using a foot pedal is a revelation. Anyway, moving on, all the fittings are just plug straight in, no hassles, no mucking around. So the gas just goes straight in to the gas fitting. Nice heavy duty earth lead, also uses a standard type connector. And the clamp has nice brass fittings. It has a stick welding mode, and of course it comes with the stick fitting as well, but I'm no stick welder, so this will rarely, if ever, get used by me. It's a pretty budget type torch, but for me as a hobby welder it's absolutely all I need, and so I can either use the trigger or the foot pedal. It comes with a couple of different cups and some collets for different sized tungstens. As I said, this is a new adventure for me. It only took a few minutes to get the welder all set up and to start playing with it. These are my very first attempts, and I'm amazed how good they are. Yes, they're absolutely crap to a professional welder. To me, they look brilliant. The third little project was this box, and I fuse welded these seams using a 1-second pulse. Worked well. I'm not going to win any awards for consistency, but I've only got myself to please. Anyway, the next step is to make a lid for it. So I cut out some pieces on my cheap Ryobi bandsaw and start tacking the sides. But first I need to clean it, and I found out later that I didn't do a good enough job with cleaning. I'll have to do better next time. How do I know? Well, the parts started separating rather than fusing together. Anyway, these are the settings that I'm going to use. Stick it on AC and HF, and I'm going to make it 1 pulse per second. %, cleaning and 100 Hz. And because it's on pulse, I need to turn it up higher than normal. Remember, I'm just starting out and still practicing, so don't take my advice for any of these settings, as this video is just to show you how a backyard bumbler goes about learning to weld. Yes, I've watched all the videos from the experts, but watching is a little bit different from doing, as I found out when I tried to weld the top to these sides. It didn't go nearly as well as my previous attempts. Tacking it together was no problem. But when it came to actually fuse welding the top to the sides, it really didn't work. I had holes that I had to fill with filler wire. One side went okay, but the other two sides were such a mess that I had to grind it off. This side worked okay. And fortunately, cheating is an option, so I went over the ground sides just with the pulse TIG again. Pulse, 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 which cleaned it up nicely. And here's the result. Okay, I still can't do a straight line, but that looks a lot better. Yes, I agree, my welds look like a cat with diarrhea has squirted along these lines. But I'm very happy with the performance of the actual welder, not so much the operator yet, but it's an adventure and I'm just starting out. So I'm looking forward to the next project, as welding aluminium is very satisfying.